Hello everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here oh there we go, we've started, sorry. Hello everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Happy Tuesday, I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I'm trying to think, I had a team event on the weekend. It wasn't my team, it was my team leader's event, and I had such a wonderful time. I have shared the projects that we made, and we had some other presenters as well. Hey Ethel, hey Glenda, thanks for watching. So yeah, had an amazing team event. That's what I love about Stampin' Up, is I'm able to meet all these people that are in the team that aren't necessarily in my local area, which is lovely. Hey Beryl, nice to see you. If you're coming in, please don't forget to say hi, especially if you're on the replay. Love to know that you're here. Hey Roz, and yeah, thank you for still coming in, even though I am an hour late today. Had some things to do this morning, and I thought, oh, I need to be a little late. I'm sure they will all forgive me. Hey Margine. So yeah, today we are doing a total no stamping card. So I have grabbed out the Sweet Talk paper, the Bouquet of Love, which is dies, and an embossing folder. So this is a hybrid embossing folder. So you've got both of those, and I'll be showing you how they work. And we have got the amazing thanks dies. So we are using thanks, not you are amazing, today, even though you guys all are amazing. Hey Corinne, thanks for joining. I'm going to get you guys up on my replay here. Hello Miss Maureen, how are you? Good, I can see everyone's comments. That's amazing. Yay! Technology is working! Woohoo! So let me see if I can show you the card we're making. Quick sneak peek. That's what we're making today. Not using any celebration products today. All these products are new and available in our January to June mini catalog, so they're available there. So I've shown you the Sweet Talk paper before, but we're using a different pattern today, and once again I'm using Valentine's products for non-Valentine's projects. So tell me, do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day? Do you like the products but don't celebrate, a bit like me? Hey Ruth, oh, lunch, lucky you. Haven't got there yet. I kind of ate mid-morning a bit later. You're good. That's good to hear, Maureen. I'm sure I haven't heard that anyone else isn't good. Oh, hello Linda, if I missed your comment. So let's flick around without further ado, and we will get, I'll show you how I made these cards, the color used. Hello Miss Cindy, how are you tonight? For you, this afternoon for me. So let's flip around. I'll turn off the light and I'll show you some of the Sweet Talk papers, because they're definitely worth grabbing, even if you don't do Valentine's Day, because there are some really sweet things for kids. So none of you have answered my question. If you celebrate Valentine's Day with your love or with your friends, because hang on, it's not liking my phone. There we go. Okay, and let's flip this around. You don't. You're a bit like me, Miss Cindy. I don't either. No? Okay, so this is a good project. Valentine's is every day. That's what Mr. Woodbridge does try to tell me. And guess what? I don't believe him. Okay, We have Miss Louisa on the floor, so if she suddenly gets up and moves and you hear her bell, you know why and what's going on. So she's already here ready to say hello to you all because she loves being here, and I think she missed us while we were out this morning, so she needs to be close to someone. And David's gone into a meeting, I've gone on my live, so it's all business and busy here. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so your other half refuses. Fair enough. I totally get that, Cindy. Not celebrated here. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sylvia. I get what your husband's saying. Oh, your partner. Yes, that's very sweet to do something for the kids. So I'm just going to pop these dies out of the way, and we will come to those dies very, very soon and just show you some of this really sweet paper. I know I've showed it to you before, but often there's someone new who comes across my videos, so I don't want to just disregard them and them not to see the paper. So we have these really cute candies, which, Cindy, this would be really cute for the grandkids. And we've got this gorgeous like watercolor pattern on the back. I have used that pattern in a card before. We have this gorgeous grape stripe. Be good if I could pick it up, hey. And then we have this pattern that we're using today on the back. We have our, you guys call them suckers, I call them lollipops, or the US and North American people call them suckers. So these are lollipops in hearts and more your Chubba Chup size. Are Chubba Chups just Australian? I need an Aussie. Aussies in the room, we know we love Chubba Chups, but I don't know if a Chubba Chup, which is like that and it comes with a whistle that you can play, whether they are only available in Australia. The funny things we talk about. This reminds me of the outside of a strawberry, this pattern, and I really like it. Very usable pattern for lots of things. We used our love hearts in the last lot of cards I made, and this gorgeous multicolored stripe. We have the candy hearts, which are printed with words, and they are all the rage these days. These were around in the 80s when I was little, and they're all the rage now. They're probably older than that, but that's... So you have Chubba Chups in New Zealand, Sylvia. That's good to know. We have our love written in lots of different languages. And our last, but certainly not least pattern is this one. This is like, I don't know, it's like a candy box that you'd put the hearts in. The hearts have all fallen out, and then we have our stripes or rows of hearts with all different colors and patterns. So that is our gorgeous Sweet Talk paper. Right, that can go there. Now this is our card. So we just are using a couple of elements here, and I think I am missing one of our backgrounds, but I shall explain that in a second. I am going to pull some things out here and corral things. So I have my So Saffron matte, and I have my Designer Series paper. I have my thanks word, and this is from the Amazing Thanks, and we also have the bubble. Okay, I've got a few of these pieces to cut our heart. Now I appear to be missing one of those, so this might be something I just need to cut quickly. Now what I have done with these things, I put our adhesive sheets on the cardstock before I die cut the thanks out. So this whole thanks word is a sticker, And that's when we're using fine die cuts like this, I find making them a sticker really, really, really easy to use. Hello, Miss Donna, how are you? So we've got some more. I think I'm putting together 3 cards, but some of this I have already put together because this is one of the projects I did with my team. So I've already die cut the heart. So I'll just pop that finished one up there. And I only have 2 pieces of that. So we'll be grabbing a couple of things, but I've got my paper in that. I've got my pool party card bases.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, I can't, Siri. And I have, because we've already die cut a heart, I have 2 of these. So I need 1 of our bubbles. I'm just going to pop these up here. So I need 1 of my bubbles. I call it a bubble or a shadow to the word. I really love that you have the word. So you've got, you are amazing and thanks. And you've got the outline for each. So you get this beautiful word. You can use the word separately without the shadow or the bubble, but I do like the definition it gives, and it's also really nice to do that bubble in vellum. So you guys know I'm a vellum lover, and it looks really, really pretty in vellum. I just haven't done it yet. So for our Bouquet of Love hybrid set, we have all these dies. So we have some mini labels, some flowers, leaves, and the 2 hearts. So last time I used this paper, I used the little heart. Today we are using the large heart, and I have sized my gorgeous grape pieces of paper accordingly, and we are using the hybrid embossing folder with it. So in one pass, you can see here I've got some purple already, but in one pass we are going to, and I need to put something behind this for you to be able to see what we're going to do. There we go. So what we are going to do, there is a channel here, and we are going to pop our die cut in the channel, and it does lock in. And we're going to cut and emboss at once. So I'm going to cover that die cut. You could do a full card front, but this is what we'll end up with. But all I want is the heart for today's project, but you could do a whole card front and have the cutout heart in the middle. I will grab, I'll just leave that there for the moment. Grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now all we're doing is closing this over. I'll just pop that to the side, and I've got to do this twice. Hey, Miss Cheryl, how are you? You've missed a little bit, but I have shown the paper that we're using, and you have most definitely seen the Sweet Talk paper before. So even though we're cutting and embossing, we are making an embossing sandwich. So we're grabbing our platform, and it tells me, because this is a 3D embossing folder, that I need grey plate 4. Now it doesn't matter which way I put this in, the only recommendation, and that die you can see hasn't moved, so we're all safe, is that I put it in spine first. And that just means there's not pressure on the embossing folder, and it won't break in two, which will make it very, very hard to use. Oh no, oh, you stay nice, warm and comfy. I know how cold it's been over there for a lot of you guys with the snowstorms. So I'll let you get away with putting wood on your fire. Now, this die hasn't moved, so I'm going to add my second piece and just make sure that the die is totally covered. And I've kind of got to cheat as well, but what I can do, turn it over, make sure the die hasn't moved. And as I say, it doesn't matter which way we pop it through, just as long. For me, my rule is, and the recommendation is, spine first. Yes, oh, it is so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so my die is going to fall out now because of the way I've got it, and yeah, I'm just going to get the folder out of the way. Might drop stuff on Louisa, but she's moving on the floor under me, and it leaves this really pretty stitch detail on the piece that you could use as a card front. I could actually use this because we've still got the really deep and pretty embossing, but I'm just not going to. Now, while I've got this out, I'm going to get rid of my embossing plate. Well, not get rid of, I'm just going to pop it to the side and bring in my cutting plates because I need to cut my shadow bubble thanks. A beautiful sunny day. Well, surprise, surprise, for anyone who's been following the weather here with me, we have rain and have had rain today. So that is nothing new here. We have had on and off rain since before Christmas. Oh my dear word. On and off rain since before Christmas, which is just no fun. This is not big enough, so pop that in, and there's the piece on the ground. Sorry to disturb you, Miss Louisa, but the girls need to see me craft. I touched her leg while she was sleeping, and she just went, "Oi, don't do that." Okay, so I'm just going to cut a scrap off here, because that's all I need, and let's hope and pray I have cut it wide enough, which I have, so that's a good use of the scrap. And pop this through, crank, crank, crank. This cut, now this didn't need any of the adhesive sheet because I already have that on my red thanks. So that's my real red thanks. I'll sweet talk you anyway, Sunny. That's funny. I am good, thank you. Just recovering from a bit of a massage earlier, so a bit painful, but I'll recover. It's all good. Yes, well, we don't get snow here, Cindy, so I can't comment. Like, I mean, it's not flooding rain or anything. It's just a lot of rain. Like, it rains at least once every day. So I'm just taking my Take Your Pick tool, which I have the die brush in, and I'm just going to disengage the die out of the paper away from the die. So you can see that's actually what the die brush is for. People think it's actually for getting out the little bits, but what it was designed for was to release the paper from the die, and the side effect it has is getting a lot of our little pieces out of our die cuts. Now we're going to be really, really smart and put away all our dies right now so we don't lose anything. I know a couple of my friends have lost certain things in the last couple of days. There was a missing otter stamp that was found in the Stamparatus. Very good place for it to be found, but it was found, which is great. Now, I might need this little rubbish bin. Just pop that off to the side. Oh, I need So Saffron. So let's grab that. That was the other piece I was missing, and then we're good to go for assembly. So these cards, as I was saying earlier, are fairly simple, but They, I think they're very pretty. So I kept the colour palette fairly simple, and I got the colour palette directly from the designer series paper. So I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just took it directly from there, and I know for a fact I used inches. So that is 2 1/4 inches wide piece, which means our paper strip is 2 inches. And I made it the full
I didn't get that.
height
Could you
of
try
the
again?
card. No, I can't, because Siri's being nosy and rude. Right, so that is the correct
I'm not sure I understand.
piece. We're just going to ignore nosy Siri. I know, they do cause a lot of mischief. They do. Hello, Miss Lisa. Yes, it's a no stamping card, Lisa, using Sweet Talk, the Bouquet of Love hybrid embossing folder, which you can cut and emboss with. So you've missed me do that, but please go back and watch me on the replay to find out how you use this die and the embossing folder. And we are using the Amazing Thanks dies. So something a bit different. Now, I am going to assemble all my thanks before they go missing, because we know what happens on my desk. Okay, so I don't need these bits, but do I keep them for Ivy? I think I'd like to keep these pieces for Miss Ivy, and I'm sure she can use them in her crafting. I'll need to start her off another little bag. I start her off little paper bags all the time. What do you see now? Yes, keep them. Yes. Hang on. I'll show you. Show you close up. So the stitching detail, the embossed detail, and then you've got the gorgeous heart embossing on the heart. So that's what you get with the hybrid embossing folder, a 2-for-1. It cuts out perfectly, and you get the stitching detail. You can't lose there. So I've grabbed out my take your pick tool again. I'm just going to get out the middle of this A that is being particularly stubborn. Nothing like the person trying to use it at all. I'm not stubborn. No! That's really rude, Cindy. What have you been saying? Comments, hang on. Is any, can I hide? No, that hides everyone's comments. How do I get the comments back? Oh, there we go. New comments. Yeah, I don't know, Cindy. Is Facebook Gremlins out playing tonight? Because that is not very fair. I want to see and read your comments and hear your feedback, because you're always so insightful. Okay, that doesn't want to come out right now, but what I'm going to do is have our shadow layer ready, and I'm going to take the adhesive sheet backing very, very carefully off this word. So I just want to keep supporting the back of the word as I pull off this backing. Take this, hold that, because we don't want to pull it too far off. Like, we don't want to stretch it, because we do want to put it back on here. So I just start at one end, okay, and then I just go down and down. So I just do a very small section at a time, and I'm not pushing down, so then I can, like this thanks, it's not really doing, or the H, it's not really doing what I want it to do. So So just trying not to push this down. Note the word trying. It is a little fiddly just because it's not completely rigid as such, but it is absolutely, totally worth it. Okay, got it. Got it in a spot where I'm happy. And then I'll show you how to make sure it's like really, really nice and adhered when we are done. Not particularly happy with that. Okay, just want to push that down. There we go. And that will make the S perfect. So that is stuck down now. What I want to do, I want to turn it over and I want to grab our bone folder. And what I'm going to do is rub this bone folder quite firmly, not too firmly to rip it. I'm just going to give it a little rub to adhere those pieces down nicely. So I've done one and we'll do the other one together so we have 3 because we're making 3 cards. Hello Kathy, thank you for joining. Okay, so let's see if, come on, I just need to get an edge. There we go. So we're going to support it all the way down and have our bubble ready to rock and roll. Not so close that it's going to do what it just did. So, well, just want to try not to have it stretch. But if it does, we can use our powers of persuasion to pop it back where it needs to be. Okay, so I'm going to do this once again. So hopefully you girls are seeing what I am doing here and the little tweaks that I'm making along the way, because it really is just little tweaks. So I'm just going to hold that. Now the T and the H is pretty good, and then we just want to bend these connecting pieces. I'm just very carefully moving my hands. Oh, this one's coming together much quicker. There we go. That one came together really quick. I don't know why. Maybe because I had the confidence of doing the first one. That came together beautifully. Going to just go over each letter just on the back, just to make sure it's nice and adhered. And I'm doing it on the back just in case if I did do it on the front, I moved something. And that is never a good thing. And I think I just got a little bit of adhesive stuck. That's okay. I just have the tinsiest blemish here. There we go. That is all gone. All gone. Yeah, for me and that is a great idea, Cheryl, but for me and my hands, it's just not doable. But yes, wonderful suggestion, and if that technique works for you, that's great. But I feel for me, I'd be more at risk of pulling these connector bits that are quite fine. I'd feel very at risk of moving them if I pulled it off piece by piece. But yes, right, let's see if my glue is playing nicely. What we're going to do is take our heart and just adhere the thanks to it. So looking at this, I want to do the H. Oh, this glue is being the biggest PITA, as Miss Cheryl says. So what I do, this is just my glue pin. Give it a bit of a rock and a roll around. And now I appear to have a glue goober right on the end, which I can remove if I can get this pin, sticky pin, off my finger, which I can't. It's being most obnoxious. Okay, glue goober off and out of the way. Now, let's see if the glue is going to play nicely. Just kind of, sort of. I'm going to open this end. I'm going to open both ends of the glue and see if that's helpful today. Yes, it is. Just by opening that other end, the glue is flowing at least a little bit for us. I may be at the end of a glue, which doesn't surprise me. No. The glue isn't playing today, but that one is enough for us to pop that down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of my big blocks, and I'm just going to grab another glue because I know exactly where I can grab one. Let's just see if I can grab it one-handed without getting the box down. I may move you just a little bit grabbing it, but I'll put everyone back. There we go. Hello, Pamela. Thanks for joining. Yeah, but your way, Cheryl, will probably work really well for, quote, normal people. It's just I'm not a normal person with my abilities with my hands. Like undoing these plastic zippery things. I just use a tool to do it. Okay, new glue. No, Sunny, there isn't. If I've done a lot of things with my hands, crafting is like totally out of the question. Sometimes even writing is totally out of the question. But yeah, I generally can't predict it. But if I've, like, you know, washed up the kitchen and done all those horrible housework things that we have to do, that's normally my hands done. Oh, okay. No, Cheryl, you are not normal in the nicest possible way. Okay, right. All good. And last one, and we'll just leave them under there while we do the rest. Very, very glad I got out a new glue and didn't get very cross and frustrated with the other glue that's sitting here, because you guys can see it. Okay, one more. I love I'm not putting glue on the S because it means I can perfectly pick it up. I kind of like this one a bit low on it and on an angle. It's a bit stylized, and I'm just going to pop that under there with the others. Just trying to get the glue I've got on my hand off. So we have our So Saffron piece. Now, when I put these pieces together, I was not using So Saffron at all. There was no way I was going to use So Saffron. But when I put it on the pool party, so when you look at it like that, you're going, the pool party, the So Saffron doesn't work. But once I slid it on top of or below the pool party, whichever way you want to say it, it really, really works. Oh, thank you, Sunny. I just do what I do. I really do. And I've got one too many card bases there, so I'll pop that aside because I don't need 4, I only need 3. And I just put the lid on this. I need the glue again. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I just work within my limits, and that works for me, and what works for someone else will work for them, and that's wonderful. I really like this stripe, but I fear if I use it with the heart, it'll just be a bit too much. And we have totally ignored the fact that there is it pear pizzazz? So let me check my little handy dandy list here. It is granny apple green, so we've just ignored the granny apple green. Now when I cut these pieces, I did purposely cut them at 6 inches, so there's just a little bit of overhang for me to snip off. It's just better than having not quite having it cut correctly. So with designer series paper, going the width or height of our cards, especially our A2 cards, I do just like to make them a titch longer. Now there's a lot of dead space at the top of this designer series paper, so I'm choosing to have that as my overhang. So this, come on, play nice. That will do. These 2. We have one more. And once again, I really, really like this bunch of Blushing Bride hearts at the bottom. So I want to make sure they are there to be seen. So I always look at the designer, the piece of designer series paper, and there is always an element that I go, ooh, I like that. And then I make changes to the design of my card around that element. And I really like that dotty real red heart as well. Okay, so just popping that down to get it nice and straight. Okay, they're off to the side. Going to go back to our thanks while the glue does its thing on those, and I'm going to pop these over, and we're just going to add some dimensionals. So just our normal everyday run-of-the-mill dimensionals. You guys do realise we have black dimensionals as well, don't you? Because I don't use black very often, so I don't actually use our black dimensionals all that often either. Well, I think that's a dead dimensional because there's no way those backings are coming off. I've done it again. I need to take a deep breath apparently. Okay, need to be very careful, and this is going to kill me that these are not going to be in straight lines. This does not want to disengage from my finger. Right, it's going to kill me, but it won't take me long to meet up with that piece. Now this one I'm just going to pop over here because I'm already missing half the backings. So 1, 2, they're very jumpy dimensionals. They feel a little different to my most recent dimensionals actually. This backing paper just feels a little bit more matte. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. So Miss Mel, if you're watching the background, the replay, the background, oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm not doing my dimensionals in lines. One of my friends who by chance made me do it. Yes. You don't use a lot of black either. Yeah. You work in lines too, Sunny. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. They are my favourite unknown adhesive in the catalogue. Yes. I did use black dimensionals on a project over the weekend. That I did. Did you guys see the projects that I made at my team leaders team day? It was called a creative retreat, and we had a lot of fun. We had made 4 projects. I can show you at the end of the video. If someone reminds me, I can show you the projects because I've already shared them. And I did actually, I was reminded to use black dimensionals. It's like, and they literally, I do have black dimensionals in my dimensionals pocket. Like, they sit there ready to use. It's just I forget about them. And they do come in mini as well. Oh, they were all beautiful projects, Cheryl. Okay. So these are these, ready to put on. And I'm not actually snipping these until they're on the card, just in case I miscut anything, I can just cut the extra. There's something sticky on here. This is why I love my adhesive eraser. Still, I really, truly need to replace my backing sheet, but that hasn't been a priority recently. So we'll just have to put up with the one that I wet while I was doing a video. So you can put this piece wherever you want, left, right, in the middle. I'm just an offset kind of gal. That's what I like. So that's where I am going to pop my piece. And I am just going to stand up my card and just get it sitting straight across the bottom of the card. Okay, and one of these I'm going to have sitting straight from the top of the card. Exactly the same thing, except I'll shove the card upside down. So how many of you do no stamping projects? Because you know with me, a no stamping project is a bit of a rarity, but these dies are just so cute. I couldn't not do a no stamping. Yes, both sizes are in one pack. What's rehabs? Do you mean regals? Because I think that's a bit cute, the way you said that. Rehabs, I'm assuming regals, Sunny. Okay. This one down, and these will make great thank you cards for any occasion, because you can kind of do thank you cards that are a bit like thank you for doing something regals, right? I've got your gist. It's all good. We are definitely finished with this glue now, and do you know what, I'm just going to take a big punt and just throw the other one out, because I've been struggling with it the last few projects and I don't want to struggle with it anymore. So we have a nice beautiful new one for our next lot of projects. Okay, I'm going to use my big handled scissors because I find that easiest for my hands to use. And I'm just going to get my rubbish bin over here, would be helpful. Just one cut. And two cuts, nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. I think so too, Sunny. That would not surprise me. The technology always wants to change it. Like you can't swear in text messages. You cannot swear. You have to actually, yeah, it always wants to change it. It's really rude because sometimes you just need to use those words. Okay, now I'm just going to, oh, excuse me, Miss Louisa, am I boring you today? Okay, she let out a huge sigh. I'm surprised you guys didn't even hear it. Okay, no, what am I after? Take your pick tool and just, they are a different backing, guys. This, let's see if this, it still works, but it's just not quite as grabby. Now, this is the one, I'm just playing with the placement for the bits I'd like. See, I'd really like the yellow or the So Saffron to be seen because I want So Saffron to be seen. So I'm just going to pop this heart a little bit lower so the So Saffron ties in and makes sense, like with this one. That one's up there. Okay, next. So I'm more than happy to cover this one because this heart's shown down there, and then I see my little bunch of hearts, which I told you earlier I actually quite liked. Okay, so more than happy to cover this one. It's card 2. Now, my question is, I didn't embellish this. If you were to use an embellishment on this card, what would you use? Because I grabbed down my embellishments. We can embellish one and see what it looks like. So if you were to use an embellishment on this, what would you use? So once again, I'd like to keep my yellow and I want to keep these ones. So I'll go just there. New rhinestones. Oh, okay. I also did a little bit of reorganizing and I put all my embellishments in a little container because I was getting, whilst I like where I store them, I was just getting a little frustrated with grabbing out a handful. So I popped all the embellishments in a container so I can sit here and flick through them. Iridescent rhinestones. Are these the ones? Are these the ones, Sunny? Because they would look really good because they're multicolored. So, and it just means I can then pop it away. And I'm not grabbing lots of stuff. So I'm often making little adjustments to my organization. If something's not working, I always just look at, go, now what have I got? Because I've always got a stash of little containers, although I think I need a few more for the pantry and a couple of other places. So next time I'm in that shopping centre that sells that particular type, I'm going to buy some. Okay, so we want to put some of these. Now I'm thinking like not a lot, like seriously just a few. So I'm going to put a grouping of like 2. And then maybe just like one down here. Because that's us using our 3. So do we like the rhinestones? Because I quite do. I think they look quite nice. So when I use my take your pick tool, what I do, I've had, and I had someone do it the other day, they try and pick it up from the top with the glue end, and that doesn't work. What you want to do is just pop it on the side and slide, and then you've got it on the end and it's not going anywhere. It's still stuck, and you can see I'm giving that a fair shake. Okay, and just one down here, and this one. And take, so these bigger ones I do need to use a bit more force just because I've got a bigger glue surface area. So, but I am being gentle at the same time. I am just pushing them off gently. And you know what, I'm going to use this one just because that then clears this line, and because it's going on a heart, I just want to make it a little bit more prominent. You like them? Oh, good. Thank you, Cheryl. And do you know what? That completes our cards. So even though I did some cutting, we did some chatting. I'm going to empty my bin. We did some chatting. We didn't rush. We've made 3 cards that I had done a little bit of preparation on in less than an hour. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you. So, yes, I really do love these iridescent rhinestones. I may own 4 packs. I may give some away too, because they're a great thing to pop in a card and give as a gift. Okay, sorry, Miss Louisa, am I squeezing your toes? Okay, let's grab out what we've used. So we've got our embellished and unembellished. So I'd love to hear which way you like it, plain or rhinestones. So we used our rhinestones, and I've stolen another one on my finger. I do not know how that happened, but I'm going to stick it back here and see what happens to it later. We've used that. We used our Sweet Talk paper, which I'm going to go and grab from just over here. So we used our Sweet Talk paper. We have our Bouquet of Love hybrid embossing folder. So it comes with all these dies, and this particular heart fits in the embossing folder, so we could cut and emboss this heart in one pass, which is lots of fun. And we get stitching detail on the outside piece. I'll just show you Ivy's little leftover pile. So we get the stitching detail on the silhouette of the heart. Not that I know that that's the right word. Oh, your favourite is the rhinestones. Yes, you must get it out again. And the thanks is from the Amazing Thanks. So that is what we have used with the rhinestones. So we've used quite limited. We've used 4 products, like 4 actual products. We've used the machine. We've used a bit of cardstock, but they're things you've already got in your stash. So to make a real, what I think is a really lovely card, no stamping, 4 products, and nothing too complicated, because quite often that is something that you don't want. You want a fairly uncomplicated card. You want something nice and simple. So thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on Thursday. I have no plans for Thursday yet, so we'll have to see what we do on Thursday. You love them with the gems, Linda. Ah, you like the black dimensionals as well. Okay, you use both, so you use stamped and non-stamped projects, right? Yeah, it's fun not to use stamps and just use dies in an embossing folder. It was a lot of fun. Oh, my swap cards. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good. Very well. That was just in time, Corinne. So these weren't swap cards. These were our make and takes. So my team leader sent out a pack with our make and take products in them, and we did some substituting. So we made this one using the Brilliant Rainbow dies and the Sunshine and Rainbow paper. This is a celebration paper. I may have gone a little overboard with the iridescent rhinestones, and this is actually a pocket. And I substituted the ribbon she gave me with our organdy ribbon because, you know, if you've already got bling, let's add more bling. So the front of the card just slides out. So it's a fun 3D card. Just a fun 3D card. Not a 3D, a fun fold card. And that's using the supple shimmer, the supple glittered paper. Okay, we made this really cute box. So these boxes are actually in the same suite as the Sweet Talk paper. And we use the Hive embossing folder, the ladybug as a bee, and I substituted in, what did I substitute in? The stamp set is the hand penned, and we did that really cute, and the really nice gingham ribbon, so that's really sweet. And of course his little vellum leaves, so cute. And we used the sponge daubers, oh my god, the blending brushes on each project, and this is vellum as well. So we coloured the vellum with the blending brush just a little bit, and we used the, actually, do you want me on Thursday to show you these masks? So these are the butterfly, let me get the correct name because I'm going to say it wrong. These are the butterflies and flowers masks. So I can do a couple of things on Thursday using these masks and show you some learnings from me making a few mistakes on this card. So that's what I might do on Thursday. So I'm going to pop that card aside, and then we did this card, and this is using the Heart and Home suite. So we used, this is actually coloured doily, it's actually grey, but we flipped it over to use the white. We used the blending brush to blend on the designer series paper. I used the, not Honeybee Home, the other one that is right in front of my face and I can't see it. It's right in front of my face and I really truly can't see the stamp set. No. Blessings of Home Sentiment, and these are the Honeybee dies. We just used a silhouette piece and some polished dots. I chose to use polished dots over the rhinestones because I thought they matched the cotton ribbon better. Like to see the masks in action. Okay, that is Thursday's video organised. So if you want to see me use those masks on Thursday, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell over on my YouTube channel, which is the same name as my Facebook page. So it's just Ellen Woodbridge. You'll find me. My smiling face will be there. I don't know if I'm smiling in that profile photo, but my face will be there. If you would like any of these products and you are in Australia, please don't hesitate to use the link that will be in this description of this video in about 5 to 10 minutes. If not, I will see you on Thursday and we'll play with the masks and we will have a lot of fun, and no doubt I will still make some mistakes and you guys can share in my mistake making because that's how we learn. So have a wonderful couple of days. Louisa is saying, Mum, just go, and I will see you then. Bye guys.